Good morning. It's February 18th, 2023. From the title, you know this is about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. I believe in just doing spoiler reviews. No previews, no nothing. So here we go. My name's Cincinnati Man. And we're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. It's not as bad as Love and Thunder, but it's almost trying to be an epic, but at the same time a placeholder. When you're actually in the quantum realm, it feels kind of suffocating. It's tiny. No pun intended.
Look, I didn't even take any notes. I don't have anything here. I couldn't write anything. I was just sitting there like, I can't write anything. I'll say this about the movie. If there's anybody out there that does coke, they're gonna be offended by this movie. There should have been definitely more drug use in this. The only one that was having fun on coke was the bear. The bear got shot 55 times and snorted the line. He was gone. He was gone. He was getting it. He was taking everybody out. I don't understand why nobody else was doing coke like that. And when they were doing coke, these little kids, they had little kids doing coke, but they did coke the wrong way. Not that I know. They did coke the wrong way. They took basically a big spoonful of coke and just ate it. And they're like 12, 13. They would have been dead. They would have been on the ground like it would have been overload. It would have been overload.
You know what I think? I think the people of Wakanda need reparations from Wakanda. Man, hold up. Okay, now we getting into it. This is my issues with Wakanda. I got 25 things I had wrong with Wakanda forever. I'm playing. I'm not even gonna take it that far. They need another insurrection. They need to go ahead. The first movie had an insurrection. They need to do another one. T'Challa, the king of Wakanda. He dies only because he didn't ask for help. His sister Lily said, if you would have asked me, if you would have told me, he still would have been alive. So he decided to let himself die because he didn't want to ask for help. Going against his gangbanger with gangbanger friends. I thought it should have been the use of the N-word 50% more. You know. That's just me though. That's me. I'm sitting there waiting for the gang. Like, look here, man. You didn't get none of that. It was kind of clean. It was it had blood here and there. It had somebody lose a tooth, but it was clean. It was
What's up, everybody? Cincinnati Man here. We about to get into it. As you saw in the title, I'm here to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. It's about 2.5 weeks away. I have some concerns about it. Hopefully some questions that will be answered. The last time we saw the Guardians, they came back at the end of Endgame. That was, 2018? 19? And I'll take that back. We saw them in Thor: Love and Thunder. A muted version of themselves. They were very angry and hated Thor and wanted to get away from him as soon as possible. Their leader, Peter Quill, was the only one, Star-Lord, the only one that talked that much. And then Thor was like, I gotta go. And they was like, hello everyone, it's Cincinnati Man here. I'm back again. I see. Oh man, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in Cincinnati, and I seen Mario Brothers. Amber hounded me this past week to go see it. She said, you have to go see this movie. No, she's like, you need to go see this movie. I walked in, got my popcorn. I gotta have a large popcorn, extra butter, and a large drink. The only bad thing about it getting warmer, you can't really sneak stuff in. Like, I might want to sneak in some Jersey Mike's, some Penn Station. I've yet to figure out how to sneak in Thai food properly, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't have any expectations for this movie because I didn't know anything about it. Don't worry about what's in there. It's wine. But anyway, whole movie is software. It's all marketing and placement for all of their characters that are associated with the Marvel. The MUC, Mario Universe Cinema. That's all it is. I mean, Mario, he's courageous. He runs out there. He's like, oh, what? I'm doing this right now. And then he runs out there and does something. And you're like, that ain't gonna work. It don't work. He gets beat up a lot. He gets beat up a lot in this. And I just couldn't believe it. Luigi's a wimp. Oh, I'm scared of everything. It's like, I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I seen Mario. Everybody that grew up with Mario knew Mario had them hands. Mario ain't gonna give up. But you never thought he was a dummy or a wimp. And he was kind of like dumb courageous. Like, this charming, cute little thing. I'm a sucker for that, man. It was like, oh, I love love stories. I don't watch enough of them, but I love hearing about love stories. And when one pops up, even in an action movie, I'm like, save her. So, and they danced in it. They had a fake looking Luther Vandross looking brother, but the dance sequence was like 3 minutes long. I was like, this is still going, and it was so. I was. It was like, what is this? So anyway, they had a good time at the beach, and they saw a dead bird, and they was like, oh, that's weird, and then they went to a hotel room to have sex. But it looked like it was in the same time. I mean, hey, people get Airbnbs and do stuff, so it is what it is. You know, I know a few people that, you know, go out on the weekend and they have an Airbnb and kick it somewhere super, super nice. But it was nice. It was like a Motel 6. There was like a Red Roof Inn. Ugh. So they the sex sequence was, he was in a tank top. He was fully clothed. He had a tank top on and his pants, and she was in her underwear, and they made out, and they zoomed out to their feet, and it showed them, and she got up, and she walked by, and he looked back, and he had to go get her. I ain't gonna lie, like when she walked by, when she walked by, he looked back, which a lot of guys do. I appreciate the authenticity in this movie for him to look back and be like, okay, what's going on here? Let me shoot. So he runs out. Now I had a little issue with that because I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry. But apparently he was thirsty. he was like, I'm gonna get something to eat later. So he taps her on the shoulder, and she says, he's like, I remember you. You're from my high school. And I was like, okay. And they look like they're mid-20s, like late 20s. And she's like, oh, you remember way back then? He's like, yeah. And she said her name. Her name's Natalie. And she's like, okay. She walked away, and he's like, wait a minute. And he said the weirdest thing. He said, where are you from? Instead of saying, do you still live here in town? He said, where are you from? And I was like, when I heard grapefruit, I've definitely felt like I would want to see him get together with Damien Album. I might be saying the names incorrectly, from Gorillaz, the co-creator of Gorillaz. I definitely can see that. It's really got this vibe that makes me want to see him with other people. It makes me want more. Like I feel like Late Night Talk could have been the intro to it. Ooh, they would have flipped Sushi and made that the intro. That ain't his baby.
That is not his baby.
That is not, his,
not
baby.
his baby.
That is Roman's baby. That is Ludacris' baby. That is that is, you know who baby that is? Those Brazilian brothers that show up all the time. You arguing, or are they Brazilian?
They are.
The two brothers that you can't never understand if you don't know the language.
Yeah.
It's one of their babies. It is not Van Diesel baby. Previously on I Am Cincinnati Man.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, that is
Cut this.
no, that's Amber calling. She probably just watched it.
Oh.
I begged her to go watch it, and yeah, I hit her back. I hit her back in like 85 minutes after we get done doing all this. I asked my bestie, pleaded with my bestie Amber to watch it. I said, please watch it. You saw Fast 9. So since you saw it immediately before, within a day or two, what was your thoughts going into 10?
I expected nonsense. I expected cameos, but not the cameos that I thought I would see. And I expected ridiculousness that is the Fast series. So,
Because you wasn't feeling 9. You even told me, like, man, what is this?
9 definitely is crap.
Hey, you didn't like when Tyrese was like, got hit with like AKs and those dudes shot him up and it went right through, it went right past him, but he had holes in his jacket.
The whole thing that
Luda in space.
upset, the whole space thing. But they were still better than Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift will still forever be my most least liked Fast movie. 10 was okay. Better than 9. Still way better than Tokyo Drift. But still just as ridiculous.
They needed more time in the human world. They were in the human world for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
That was...
And I just thought it was... And when them being in there for a few hours, I just thought it was hilarious of how she took it one way and he took it a completely different way, and they ran with it.
Which proves that
is
men
hilarious.
are more emotionally stable to handle hostile situations than women. Let's go. Shout out to the men. Shout out to the men.
How you get that from
Shout out to all the men.
How you get that from that?
Shout out to Vince McMahon.
How you
Shout
get
out to he got hit
Mojo
with a,
Jojo Casa House is more emotionally stable.
Look, I cannot defend how stupid they made all the men.
That name was hilarious.
There are many stupid.
I'm gonna list our house on Facebook as Mojo Dojo.
There are many stupid men in the world. There is. I agree. But as a man who is not a complete moron, I may be overzealous. I may be I don't know what, you know. I may whatever, but I'm not that. You never.
When he was like, "It's always been Barbie and Ken," when she was telling him, "You don't have to be tied to me to be special." And what I got from that, just thinking in the car, listening to the song. See, I listen to the song.
If you love someone and they don't love you, move on.
No. What we need
Especially
in this world is more people who are okay with themselves before they start getting in these relationships. Because we've got a lot of fucked up people who
in relationships
who think because they are in a relationship, they can get fixed or fill voids and things like that.
If they would have wrote it better, it would be helping people get out of bad relationships. But the way it was written, they didn't show people in relationships to show that.
I know.
That's the funny part.
I took it like 50 steps.
No, you're right.
Every time they fought, they didn't have no upgrades to their weapon. At least if they would have upgraded throughout the movie, I'd have been cool. They should have lost this whole time. They should have lost the whole. And how many times Bumblebee gonna die? Every movie he dies.
He's Krillin.
Him and Optimus.
He is the.
They pass each other. You want to die? I want to die. You want to die?
Krillin.
And it was bullshit about the train. It had nothing to do with.
I know she still wants to see it. I shouldn't ruin it for her.
I will. It's not.
You call her and let her know.
Nope, I ain't calling.
Randomly call my mom.
Like, it ain't good. There was cat coming in here.
Can
really?
we help you, sir? Seriously.
Does he have food?
Yes. Your butt.
This is hilarious.
You don't never come out no other
This
time.
is why we don't allow animals in the studio. Oh wait, I'm over your house. Okay, I can't do nothing about that.
We're going to watch Secret Invasion. I got my Sprite and tequila, and I got a couple of beers sitting over there. So whatever you need to get you going, let's go. Let's get it.
Cincinnati Man here. I'm here with my sister. Actually, you can talk and wave your hand in the camera so they know you're a live person.
Hello.
Yep, see? That is an actual human being. We saw it August 12th. It's my first Beyonce show.
Congratulations.
Okay, you went to the first one.
In Louisville, yes.
And
In July.
which one's better in your opinion? They're different. They're different
They are
venues. They're
different.
always going to be different from each other. But which one for you?
I say for like the energy wise, Atlanta, of course.
That past Monday, I had sprained my ankle so bad I need X-rays, and I talked to you and Ma separately, and the first thing out of y'all, you okay? Yeah, you still going to the concert? The Beehive will not be denied, everyone.
For the record, I don't classify myself as a part of the Beehive. Technically.
Why not? You got the tour book. You got the
Yes.
crazy
Yes.
whatever that thing they brought out, where there was a joint thing of them in Jamaica or whatever.
Oh, On the Run too.
On the Run too. You went to On the Run too.
Yeah. That still doesn't make me a Beehive.
What makes
member.
you a Beehive is you made your injured brother drive 6
I didn't
hours
make
down,
you.
drive 6 hours down on a bad ankle. The Beehive
You
will
drove?
not be
You
denied.
drove
Yes.
most of the way?
Yes.
You drove
I drove.
most of the way.
I helped. No, look, it was if there's
You
12
drove?
hours, if there's 12 hours,
Mm-hmm.
I did 4. How about that? 4. 4 sounds like 4 or 5, right? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm being honest. I
But once
I
we
ain't
got
with
into
that.
Kentucky going down, I drove basically the rest of the way until we got to Georgia.
Georgia. Anyway, I'm gonna say it again. I loved it.
What?
I loved
Really?
it. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
I couldn't tell.
Cause man, hey, I
Wow.
loved every minute of that damn show. And
Now you see why I went twice. I wanted to go Friday, but I was like, that'll be
the
too much.
next tour she doing, we gonna say like 10 stacks. Be like, look, we getting it, we getting that. We gonna get the merch. For you, I ain't getting the merch.
Walking with a limp.
It's time to get the action.
She undoes her ponytail.
Yeah.
She undoes her hair to have 2 ponytails
Yeah.
and gets a Gatling gun
Yeah.
and starts. She gets.
That-
Amber hates when I say this. She got the blicky. She got the stick. She got the heat, and she started letting go. And I was just like,
It brought her back to her freedom fighting days.
"That's what you're right." Because I
And
finally
that's
didn't
what
get
I
what you were
said when we
saying.
was watching it. I was
And I
like,
was like, what are you
Grandma
talking-
used to be a guerrilla warfare freedom fighter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was in the Amazon. She was lighting people up. Guerrilla war tactics. Everything. Grandma coming back. And remember, and you said you had never seen it, which kind of blows me away, but
Oh yeah.
it kind of and that when grandma started getting crazy and she picked up the Gatling gun like it's time to get to work, it reminded me of Madagascar where the old lady beat up the animals and everybody else on the caravan was like, oh my god, but then she turns out to do all these kung fu flips and everything and beats up Ben Stiller's the top. And the main character is absolutely saying
Okay.
nothing but
You got to do some superheroing, and you were forced to choose between Shang-Chi's Aquafina, I forgot her name in it, or Blue Beetle's sister. Who you taking? You got to do some superheroing, and they're gonna quip the whole time.
I'd rather have the little kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, because at least he could do. He would do something.
Yeah.
Like Aquafina had to get trained eventually. To
Yeah,
do, that-
Aquafina ended up getting trained and she turned out to be a master archer by the end of the movie.
That kid
Who
was
would've
just
thought?
that kid was just smart with electronics. It wasn't like he was. Yeah.
He made a potato gun.
It's good.
Yeah.
Um, it's surprise. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I believe that it stands as a nice addition to the first one, since it's a musical retelling.
Mm-hmm.
But you want me to tell you? Okay, I'm gonna say it, and then you tell me if you got it right.
Okay.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say this right now. Hey, Fantasia.
Oh, I was not thinking that's what you were gonna say.
Fantasia. Hey.
I am shocked.
Hey, I got a little crush on Fantasia now. I
She's
do.
coming to the festival. So
Oh, really?
Yes, not her first time. She's been here.
Yeah, I know. I just don't listen to her like that. I know of her.
She's great.
Yeah,
live.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Hey, Fantasia, you have a new fan.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, woo, woohoo!
In that role, you saw her like that in that role.
You got to look past the devastation and sadness of a movie to find the inner part of somebody.
Okay.
Hello, Cincinnati man. Thank you for joining me. I got a notification from YouTube yesterday. It was February 18th, 2026. And it said happy 3-year anniversary. And I never done an anniversary special for this channel. It was 3 years to the day that I did my first video. And I'm still here. And I enjoy it. I'm having a good time. This is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking, conversing with myself and others. I believe that better things are to come. It's progression. I remember when I started, I had like 6 subscribers. I didn't ever really use the channel. The channel's been around for years, and then I decided to turn it into a content channel. And the progression I've made, especially the last like month or so, is amazing. For me personally, as I think about where I came from, when I first started this, I just had my iPhone, but it was an old iPhone, and I didn't know what I was doing. I used to work years ago, about 6, 7 months ago, before I even started the channel. I used to work in this. I worked in this factory, or this warehouse. I say it wasn't a factory; it was a warehouse. And I used to talk to this. I used to have conversations with my coworker. Her name was Janie, and we would talk about things we wanted to do. Like she wanted to do a nails page, and I wanted to do YouTube. And I would tell her like, oh, I don't have a computer, I don't have this, I don't have that. And she told me, she was like, just pull your phone out. I was like, what do you mean? And she said, pull your phone out and just start recording, because that's what everybody. You got to start somewhere, which is true. And I had podcasted before previously. My homie James, shout out to James. He had Me and him had started a podcast, and it was going, but he had family obligations, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you take over and start recording us?" And in my mind, I freaked out. I was like, and I even told him, "Man, I don't know what to do." To anyone that's trying to do content creation or YouTube, whatever, you just gotta. They are right when you hear the phrase "just start" and then you'll figure it out. It's true. Because I didn't do it. We stopped the podcast. We still hang out and talk every day. Every day. We just didn't do the podcast anymore. And maybe one day I'll put up old videos of the podcast. But I know he still got it too. Or it was audio. It was audio. Maybe one day I'll put up the old audio of the James and Andre show. But and then it was years later. Like I said, I was in the warehouse, and she was like, "Just start doing it." And I did. I did my first video, and then I started to think like, okay, how can I improve this? How can I evolve? And then I got a laptop, and then I found out that you could turn your iPhone into a webcam, and then that became better. And then shout out to my friend Ben. My friend Ben watched a few of my early videos, and he told me to get a green screen, and then I got the green screen, as you can see. Um, Shout out to Ryan, who had me watch Birdemic, and I did my first ever video where I kind of went through the story, but I had pictures in the background because I didn't want to get flagged. I had this big fear being flagged by YouTube, and when they flag you, you can never be shown again. That's what I thought in my head. Instead, it was a warning, like you upload something, and say, "Hey, we're not gonna be able to show this, even if you upload it," and then it blocks it, but you don't get you don't get banned or anything, as far as I could tell, as right now. Um, and it took me like 2.5 years to finally get comfortable enough to show clips as I'm watching it, or more interweave the clips in, which will help with the progression of the channel. And it's kind of like part of me isn't part of me is embarrassed because I was like, why didn't you just do that in the beginning? But you didn't know what you didn't know. I didn't know. All you can do is learn from your successes and failures, and it was not even a failure. You could learn from your ignorance. You could look back and be like, oh, wait a minute, why did, and you put it together. Um, and now I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I never even talk about stuff like that normally. Um, but some of my favorite creators do. Um, I enjoy watching Random University. Um, if you don't know who it is, look it up. I think he's a guy out of Tennessee. I enjoy listening to this brother named Agazanga Zinga Show. I gotta look. I just gotta type his name in. It's funny because his stuff is called the Random Show, but let me see, Aga Random Show. Can't even spell. There it is, the Random Show. I enjoy watching the Random Show. I always say his name wrong too. And in the past, I watched. Dang, so many things I watched. I'm not even gonna try to name everybody, but and I want to shout out I want to shout out my friends and family. My sister that I hounded to join me. She joined me in the first thing she joined me on was talking about Beyonce. I want to shout out Amber, who, Amber. A lot of people that have on the pod would never do another pod again if they don't want. They have no desire to do one. They just doing it because I'm their friend or I'm their family. So it's cool. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Ahead of the Curve, who used to be known as Bad Habits. He has a channel as well. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that up right now. Ahead of whoa, what the heck? What the heck is that? Sexual J Mac. Whoa, Rocket. Wow, you type in stuff just comes up. Look, Ahead, Tragically Hip. Okay, of the Curve. 94. My homie Ahead of the Curve. Check out his channel. You know, um, this is a different type of video because I'm really. It's funny. I normally speak it off the cuff, but this is a little bit more personal. I'm really talking about the joy I'm having, and it's really it's like a raw emotion. I have this raw emotion about it, and I wanted to do. At first, I was going to do a video, go through all the years, and it did last 3. I was like, no, let me think about all the first. The first time I had 1,000 views, which was The Color Purple, which was random. I was like, Color Purple got 1,000 views. The segment on it, I'm like, bet. Um, and then I've had success watching in the past Bridgerton, and I started doing content on some music content. It's just I'm I in my life when it comes to um life in general, I try to be a more optimistic person. I don't think in terms of doom and gloom for look, everybody has their ups and downs, but overall I'm trying to progress. I'm trying to make people smile, make people laugh, make people think. Um on the channel, you're not always going to agree with me, and you're not always going to look. It's funny how people say you're not always going to agree, and you're not. I was about to say you're not always going to disagree, eh, um, but the one thing I strive for is to be genuine. Um, I will continue to try to be authentically who I am, and I don't want to be a person. I don't want to get into this thing where I'm constantly hate watching things. I'd rather get into things that I think might be good. I'll watch stuff that I think might be bad just to see. It might be. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. One of the things I was wrong about of all time was Godzilla minus. Was it -1? I had no interest in seeing it. All my friends were like, "You got to see it," and I was 100% wrong. Um, there's several other things I can't remember off the top of my head. Like I didn't want to see Color Purple, but my sister was like, "Yeah," but part of me was like, "Nah, go see it." And to this day, James and everybody else will be like, "Why you just be seeing stuff and you know it's gonna be bad?" No. A lot of people in life tend to play it safe in what they watch, so they're not willing to give things a chance. Like the reason I listen to like a few Taylor Swift albums, my sister never listened to her. She's just tired of all the publicity about her. And I was like, you never know, her albums might be good. She's like, well, why don't you listen to it? I was like, okay. And the albums, I get why they're popular. Um, it may not necessarily be for me, but I get why it's popular. Um, I'm kind of rambling here, and it's fine. It's okay. But I'm just I'm just amazed at the progress I'm making. It's as when I looked at the amount of time that elapsed and everything over the course of my channel is very easy to forget when I had for the life of my channel I had 600 views, and now it's up to almost 600,000. But my stuff's a mixture of videos, and also I love making jokes on YouTube Shorts. I'll make a quick meme or something, and it'll blow up on there, and um, that's how it goes. The internet will decide. I almost feel like it's like a SOS or a beacon. Remember, a beacon would be better. I don't want to say SOS because that's a distress signal. It's almost like I'm putting a beacon out there, and I'm just trying to find people that enjoy my content. Try to connect with people. Oh, and shout out to No Chill Live. I There was a podcast, No Chill Live. They were the first podcast outside of my friend group, which ahead of the curve is my friend that had me on the channel, and I forgot to put that in my video. That was the first. That was the first podcast I was on, and I was really appreciated. I really appreciated those guys having me on. We talked about Barbie and among other things when it came out. Um, but yeah, I just want to progress. I just want to keep. I just want to keep going, keep evolving. Um, more things are coming to the more videos. I'm going to be remixing some of my old videos with my sister that I did because we just list we will watch stuff, but we never I didn't put the videos in them. Like we watched Psycho or a Streetcar Named Desire or Star Wars, but now I'm gonna call them remixes because I'm gonna buy the episodes. I'm gonna buy the movies and then put them into the reaction videos. Make them reaction videos, basically. Put them into the old audio and stuff, and then upload them. So I'm just I think the emotion that I'm feeling and the emotion I'm feeling, the description of it is I got two words that are in my head right now. Joy and gratitude. That's what I feel right now. So I want to thank anyone and everyone who's ever stopped by the channel. No one's obligated to be here. This is out of your free will, you know. And please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get to 1,000. The road to 1,000 is beginning from here on out. And I look forward to the future. So I'm Cincinnati Man. Thank you for joining me. Take care and bye bye.